Dan, it's Paul Myers from Clark Communications, or Marketing for Contractors. We had a great discussion on the phone the other day. I really wanted to thank you for taking the time to kind of give me some indications and ideas on how you operate and what you're doing and what you're looking at doing down the road. You mentioned you had many trucks on the road at one point, and now you're down to a couple, which is more manageable and probably more profitable. But I just want to take a little bit of time in this quick video to kind of show you what we could do to help you, generate more ROI, return on investment, for dollars spent. I understand your contract comes to an end in a couple of months, and I'd hopefully like you to consider what we would do. I got a couple different things, a couple different ideas, but the first thing I wanted to run by is your site. This isn't about poking any holes at all, Dan. This is about just kind of reviewing and maybe getting you more in the know of what's going on. It seemed like when I spoke to you, you had a real good handle on things, which is excellent. I don't see that for most contractors we speak to, and we sort of specialize in the contract niches. Or contractor niches. So when I take a look at your site looks really good. You've got nice title tags. So when I hover over this, it's got some nice title tags. Although it does say electrical contractors, Langley, Abbotsford, and Vancouver. And then you had mentioned to me that you were mainly focusing on Lower Mainland, Lower Fraser Valley, east of Port Mann Bridge. Well, there's nothing like that that indicates that on title tags. And the first thing Google sees and reads is this title tag. So this must, if you wanted to target those areas, you may want to consider changing that or adding some information or modifying it somewhat. I look at your services pages, and these title tags are really important, and they're nicely built out. Again, this one says Abbotsford Electrical Service Electrician, Surrey, Dan Wilcox Electric. Again, if we're targeting Lower Mainland and Lower Fraser Valley, we aren't saying that, so we need to say that, okay? I noticed here is what you're targeting. So this may have just changed because I know you wanted to kind of narrow it down a little bit. So that's something I would consider. So, I've looked at a bunch of different things, and some of the biggest things to rank a website is what we call backlinks. And a backlink is a non-spammy link from a quality website that's relevant and authoritative, that points to your website, that helps your website rank. And you've got quite a few backlinks, but a lot of them just don't have much trust factor or citation flow. So they're just very, very low, 0 and 1, 0, 0. It's okay to have a mix of all this stuff, but what we're looking for is high-powered stuff, okay? So one of the biggest things here is building out a link campaign to powerful, relevant, high-quality domains that would help rank this system. When I look at the summary for your domain, let's just go to the root of the domain because that's the power, 27 and 18. That's pretty good. We'd like to get these two numbers as close as we can, and 20 and up. So this is excellent. But there's ways to improve that. So, one portion of ranking is making sure that you have a backlinks campaign being built out on a month-to-month basis, where you use blogs and guest blogs and high-power domains with anchor texts that we can help rank specifically for keywords in specific markets. The other thing, I'm just checking here. This is Dan Wilcox. These are citations. It's still working on it. Citations is your name, address, and phone number cited all over the web. In Canada, you can get about 200, 220 citations. That's like Yellow Pages, 411, City Search, all those directories, Facebook, LinkedIn. These are all citations. We want to get as many as we possibly can because that will help rank as well. So what we do is I use a special tool that simulates a search in a specific area. So here I've simulated the word electrician in Chilliwack, in Google. And then as I come through this, I start to see that your site is not ranking that well. As a matter of fact, I barely see it at all in the top 10. So it's definitely not showing up on the first page in many, many searches. I'm already down to 17 and 18, and I haven't run across the site. So let's just check electrician. So I did it in a couple different areas, okay? This is in Vancouver, I believe. And I would have thought, because your site covers that, it would be here, but I don't see it. Here's one here. I see it here for Langley, to the 10th position. So I'm not sure what your current company is doing. And again, I'm not poking holes. I'm just pointing it out. But we're not ranking very well. One of the best things that Google will tell you to ensure that you do is to make sure that your home page of your website has about 2,000 words on it. Google reads words, right? So right here, there's not enough content on here, not enough keywords on here. For example, if you typed in goat cheese in Google, I know this is kind of silly, but Wikipedia is the first organic result. The reason for that is the amount of content on here is incredible. So Google wants relevant content. They can't tell unless what your site's about until you tell them. So the more you put on the homepage, the better. So we want to make sure that we put a lot of content on here. For example, if I show you one of these sites that we've built out, this is for a heating and cooling client. Everything on this site is designed to get the click. There's keywords everywhere. And this Google comes to this site and they know exactly what this site's all about, okay? So you can take photos, you can take text, you can amalgamate it all, bring it all together to make sure that you're putting enough keywords, enough synonyms, enough LSIs in your home page, the most important place to be, okay? So we want to make sure that we have that in here at all times, okay? So this is one thing I would learn to do is build this out. But again, I just kept searching all kinds of different words in different areas. So I was trying to invoke your information here, but I just couldn't. So I'm not really sure what's going on there, but I don't see your site coming up in many of these searches in the areas that your site says that you cover: Abbotsford, Mission, Maple Ridge, Chilliwack, and so on and so on and so on. There's also a play for Facebook, and I recognize when I come back to your website, this tells me if there's a Facebook pixel installed on your website, and there's not. Which is okay because you're not running paid traffic from Facebook yet. But as you develop, you want to make sure you have a pixel there so that you can retarget that audience. You know, if you go to Amazon and you look at a bicycle, next thing you know, everywhere you go, this bicycle's following you. Well, that's kind of what we do with the remarketing. I noticed on title tags for Google, you have a global site tag and you have Google Analytics installed on your site. That's good. That's a start. But on Facebook, you can come here and click info and ads, and you guys have no ads currently running, which is fine. But Facebook's a big play. We ran campaigns for a local electrician, baseboard installs. I think I was telling you about this before. Hot tub installs, hot tub wiring, all this stuff. And he got some traction from that. So Facebook is definitely a play. Also, so is YouTube. See, the idea behind a lot of this stuff is, Dan Wilcox, I can't really find you here. But the whole idea is when someone comes in and searches, let's just say I say digital marketing. What we want to do is we want to make sure that, I'm going to say North Bay. We want to make sure that in our area we're being found. So here I am here in North Bay. Here I am, here I am, here I am. Here's my channel. Here I am, here I am, here I am, here I am. So again, what you want to do is when someone comes into Google and searches for electrician North Bay, not only do you want your organic website to pop up, not only do you want to be found in the map pack, which is very important, but you also want to be found in some videos that are coming up here on YouTube and Vimeo. Very, very important. You want to pretty much dominate and crush the first page of Google. And these are the ways of doing it. Get your YouTube account set up, get a Vimeo account set up, get a Facebook account set up. And then when I did a bunch of these searches, you were never in the map pack. So again, this is a system that simulates a search in these areas, okay? In all these different areas I tried. And not once did it ever invoke your listing in the map pack. And there's all kinds of different averages here. Some will say 50% of the clicks happen here. Some will say 70%. there is a big amount of clicks happening here. So if you're not being found in any of these map decks for keywords, that definitely needs to be worked on. So there's ways of doing that as well. When I look at your actual knowledge panel, this is what you call your GMB knowledge panel. There's a bunch of things that you can be doing here to rank this panel up better. One of the biggest things is photos that are geotagged. And I noticed there's just not very many photos here. So when we build out GMBs, we put 360 videos in, 360 videos, 360 photos. We title tag them, we geotag them because of geospecificity when people are on mobile, very important. And your mobile app, by the way, is incredible. Your site looks awesome on mobile. It has the most important thing there, which is click to call, click to email, click to text, click for a form submit. Very important. This here, you can have 750 characters here. I would suggest building this out much bigger. And again, covering the areas you want to cover for. The areas you mentioned to me are not listed in here. So again, everything pivots off of your Google My Business listing, which is this thing right here. And if this isn't set up to be 100% accurate, well, Google can't read your mind, right? So you have to tell Google what you want to tell Google. So you want to maximize this. Another important thing for now in the future, voice search, is ask a question, answer a question. You want to go in here and ask questions and answer questions. Have customers go in and ask you a question, you go in and answer them, and build it all up with your keywords, your synonyms, your LSIs, long tail keywords. You build it all up so that Google, again, understands that you're an electrician, you're servicing this area, you do residential, you do commercial, you do all of that stuff. We want to blow it up for you. And that's some of the ways that we would blow it up for you. What I'd like to do and what I can do is I build out these types of sites and I rank them in different cities and I rent them out. So I'll do all the investing. I'll invest in the domain. I'll invest in the content. I'll invest the time and the energy in building the site. I'll invest in ranking the site, which is a day-to-day process because we have to build backlinks and we have to build citations. I'll do all the investing and you pay me a flat fee and we'll target specific areas. I'll go in, I'll build the sites, I'll own the sites, I'll send you 100% all the exclusive leads as long as you're paying me that monthly flat fee for those sites in whatever areas you want. That's the way to rank and that's the way to bank and that's the way to get an ROI, is let us build out 4 or 5 sites. Let us rank them, let us invest in it, and then you can pay us per site. We can work pay per lead. We can work arbitrage method. There's all kinds of different ways that we can work. But one of those ways is definitely, if you have 3, 4, or 5 areas you want to target, let us go in and build these sites. Let us go in and then send you 100% exclusive leads for those sites. Otherwise, I would look at every one of these ads, every one of these searches I had, there was always somebody up here in the paid space. So as you can see, there's paid space here. Then there's the GMB, and then there's the organic rankings. What we want to do is rank you organically, which I don't see that happening at all currently. So I'm not sure what your current contract is and what it's doing. But this is all what we call pay-per-click. This is the highest intent form of leads. Kind of expensive though. And you can get around this by using Facebook and some other means to make things happen. So I don't know if I think I've covered everything. Let me just take a look. Yeah, I think I've covered everything here. I see you're using Site Dudes, SEO from Toronto. So they've got a link back to their site, which I would never let them do that. That's taking power from your main page, your main domain, and pushing that power to Wise Deck Corp. And you see the keyword anchor they're using, SEO Toronto. They want to be found for that word. So you're using some of your power on your site and you're giving it to them. I would immediately have them remove that link. It's your site. You don't want to link from your homepage to your site at all. If you want to link to site, those site dudes, guys, go on the contact page or go on a resource page. Go somewhere else, but not from your homepage. That's them using that, and that helps their site rank with that key anchor word. So again, sites we build out, we don't do that for clients. The client's juice is their juice. It's not our juice. So anyways, I just thought I'd throw that out there. Listen, Dan, it sounds like you know quite a bit about what's going on in your markets. Sounds like we could really work together. I'm not going to chase you. I don't want to keep reaching out to you. If you want to work with me, I'm straight up. I don't play games. I know how to get leads. I know how to get referrals. I know how to get sales. We do it in every market. Here's leads for a car dealer, just hundreds and hundreds of leads, deals they've sold. Here's leads for weight loss. We just started. Here's leads for a mortgage broker. I'm in every niche that you can imagine. But we specialize in contractors. Here's a kitchen case study, 4-minute video. You should watch it. This guy gets 10 to 12 leads per month, closes 1 to 3 kitchens per month based on what we've put in place for him. Here's all kinds of different case studies that go into more detail. So look, we would love to work with you. And again, what we do is exclusive. So if we're working an area, we're only going to work with one contractor for that area, and only that contractor gets the leads. And really it's all about, building that pipeline for you. So you know where the future is coming from. It's like having another fishing line in the water. You have certain things you do in marketing and you have to kind of keep doing those. So this only works if you're willing to invest. And I know you've been willing to invest because you were spending about $2,500 a month on campaigns. I don't know how well they're performing, but we provide an ROI that's trackable, measurable, and that's the key behind us. Is that I'm able to show people a name, a phone number, an email. I'm able to show them where the lead came from. And if you're good with people, if you have a good closing ratio, and I think you were 95% closing ratio, then I think the both of us could work well together in the future. So a couple different ways of doing it. You've got a couple different versions there. So if you're interested, hit me back up and we'll go from there. All right. Thanks so much. Have a great day.